everyone, it's me, Gamer Girl Chimine, aka Chibs, and I am back. Hello, 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 and welcome. I hope you're all doing well. So we're back again, and it's Santa's Workshop Wednesday, and we are going to be doing some more crafting. And I want to continue on a little bit from last time because I didn't quite finish doing some painting of some ornaments. So I'd like to do that and then start up a new craft as well today. So we're going to be showcasing and doing that. A couple things before we start. We have a bunch of different things that are going to be going on through this whole entire month of December. So Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays are crafting days, 2 to 4, and Tuesdays and Thursdays are just our game days. With me today, we have Mr. Tal. Hello, I hope you can hear me all right. Mr.
Yep,
Tal?
I'm here, hiding in the
Yay.
background.
So, yeah, we are going to be probably playing, continuing on Tiny Glade this week. Next week, probably play a different game. Not sure which one. It'll either be South Park game or possibly if we can get it up and running. Tal's feverishly working in the background on this testing stuff. But we're thinking maybe doing some 7 Days to Die. I know it's not Christmassy because it's zombies, but
Oh no, it will be by the time I'm finished.
we're
It will be
hoping
Christmassy.
there is a mod that we found and we want to incorporate it. And it's all Christmas themed, but zombie Christmas theme. So if we can get that up and running and working, then yeah, we would like to showcase that for you guys as well one of the weeks. Yeah, so we have a wonderful charity that I am collecting for as well. It's called the Surrey Christmas Bureau Society. And any and all donations, if you guys want to find a good charity to donate, by all means, you might want to consider this one. Why? Well, because all the funds go directly to them, and I don't see a dime, and it goes to families and kids in need. All right, so that includes food drive, like the money goes towards like food drive stuff, as well as toys for the kids. So it's a very good cause. And I did this last year and we did pretty good on raising some funds. And I'm hoping that maybe we can continue on this year. So if you can help out in any way, shape, or form, contributing to that, that would be greatly appreciated. If not, I totally get it. Times can be a bit tough, especially around the holiday season. But any and all is greatly appreciated, as I said. We also have 30 different sound alerts, which are down below for you guys to utilize and
Christmas
have
is
fun
here
with.
again. Ho, 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 ho,
There's a prime
ho,
example.
ho, 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 ho,
So
ho,
there's
ho,
stuff
ho.
on pop culture, sound effects, different Christmas movies. We got, what is it? National Lampoon's Christmas. We have Charlie Brown. We have Frosty the Snowman. We have Elf. We have Home Alone. We have National Lampoon's Christmas. A Christmas Story. So a bunch of those are all in there. So if you want to express yourself in any way, shape, or form, that's probably a good way to say hello, is getting my attention, playing one of those, or just having fun, like enjoying them. That's what I have made them there for you guys to utilize and use. They're all free. Doesn't cost you a dime, no bits, none of that. And if you have been saving up on your Chibs channel points, good for you. That's awesome because we have what is called the Wheel of Cheer. Now, Tal, maybe you can help me out in telling those that are watching or lurking how that works. So how does one accumulate Chibs channel points?
Well, that would be really easy. So by accumulating TIFF channel points, you can simply watch, lurk. Obviously, you can interact by saying just saying hi in the comments
Yep.
or making any comments, playing sound alerts. So basically just interacting in any way, shape or form will earn you chips channel points. They gradually accumulate, and of course you will, even if you have a look down on the bottom left of the panel, you'll see that there's a little button there and you can occasionally get bonus points too.
Yeah, it pops up and you need to click on it to actually accumulate them, right? And
That's correct.
then you need how many for the wheel of cheer?
You need 100.
That's right. And you can use those points not only for that, but for other things as well. So there's different alerts, reminders for me, that kind of thing. And if you do the spin wheel, the wheel of cheer, there's a whole bunch of different categories. And it's just another, if you're wondering, well, what's the point of this and everything? The whole point is it's just another way to be interactive, have fun, celebrate everything that's Christmassy and cheerful, right? And just have a good time. You never know, it could land on me doing voice acting. It could be, again, special sound effects for like Christmas sound effects. It could be Christmas trivia. That one's really cool because there's a whole bunch of stuff on that. As well as, and with the Christmas trivia, actually, I should specify, it's not just about Christmas history, but also pop culture, movies, that kind of thing. So a whole mix of stuff. And then maybe I'm drinking some Christmas cheer and whatnot. We just don't know. So there's a whole bunch of things it could land on. So without wasting any more time, I'm going to be playing some lovely chill background music. If you are curious and would like to know the different songs that I am showcasing and playing, I have made a specific playlist on Spotify, and I can send you the link if you like the different songs that I've selected for this. So let's work on that. We're going to do some painting. Oh, sorry.
No, you're not.
No, I'm not, apparently. I'm doing Wheel of Christmas Cheer. I'm going to showcase that first. Okay. So I got to stop whatever I'm doing.
Surprise.
Because that's the rule, right? So if that pops
Right.
up, tell them how that works then.
Well, basically, as soon as you do the wheel of cheer, that's it. She has to stop whatever she's doing.
Yeah.
And basically spin that wheel.
So that goes into effect not only when I'm crafting, but also when I'm playing games, right?
Oh, whatever. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter what you're doing. You have to stop.
I have to pause. All right. Okay. So let's get to it.
Ho, ho, ho! Let's watch the spin wheel go. Celebrate with joy and cheer into a Merry Christmas
and a Happy New Year. So as I said, drink, holiday cheer, Xmas or Christmas, trivia questions, sound effects, talking character, and with that it'll be either Santa, Mrs. Claus, and Elf. I don't know if I can do a Grinch, honestly, because that would really wreck my poor vocal cords. And possibly even sing Christmas carols if I can pull it off. I haven't stretched my vocal cords, so it might be a bit scratchy. All right. Are you ready, Mr. Tellum?
Yep.
Okay, let's
Ready
spin
to
that
rock.
spin wheel.
Spin that wheel.
So, Christmas sound effects. Let's see what we got here. Let's see. We have... So we wish you Merry Christmas. That's a good one.
Mm.
All right, now, if you want... Oh, this is the other thing, too, before I forget. If we land on Christmas trivia, if you don't get a question correct, this is the other thing, too. Or if you're just stumped and you're like, I don't know, because some of them are true and false, multiple choice, that kind of thing. You can always throw that out to people who are watching and lurking in chat. And if they get it correct, then they get a free spin. So this is where it can be actually a lot of fun. So if you don't even have the channel points and you're like, oh, I'd like to participate, but I can't, that's another way you can get involved, which is really, really cool. Okay, Mr. Dell, would you like to spin again, or?
I think we will. I
One more
normally
time?
do too. So,
Okay.
yep, we certainly will.
Alrighty. So let's spin that spin wheel. Oh my goodness. So we do have Christmas trivia. Let's see here. Da, 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 da. Got to bring up my list here of questions. So some of them are on traditions. Some of them are on like history. So I'm going to give you the different types here to choose from. Some of it's like even did you know? And there's a lot. I have like, oh my goodness, 33 pages. Can you believe that? There's even Christmas jokes. So, which are kind of like dad jokes. I'm not going to lie.
Oh dear.
All right. So, question for you. Which one would you like? Would you like Christmas jokes? Would
History.
you like history? Okay. I can see.
History.
All right. History, which is kind of like, did you know ish? Let's see, what would be a good one? So, did you know kids used to receive letters from Santa, not write them to him? Before they were wish lists, Santa used to write kids as a form of discipline. For example, in the 1850s, the wife of the poet Henry Wadsworth wrote her 3 children letters each Christmas that told each kid how they could improve their behavior for the following, like the next year kind of thing. Did you know that, Mr. Dal? Did you? Did any of you guys know that? So that was an actual thing way back when. Oh, another thing I should make note of. So those of you who are watching, now granted, I'm streaming from Vancouver, British Columbia in Canada. Unfortunately, I don't know how this is going to work because, but in the past, did you know, this is another thing, kids from Canada, you could actually write to Santa and you get a letter back. And Santa's mailing address was attention to Mr. Santa Claus. And you could write literally North Pole. That was his address. And the postal code was HOHOHO, Canada. And people would actually, like Santa's helpers and stuff, and Santa would actually reply back to kids' letters. Now, we're on a postal strike right now, so I don't know how Santa's going to be getting these, but yeah, so that's kind of interesting. I thought that was hilarious. So the postal code is basically ho, 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 right? So, but yeah, so that's another thing, which is pretty cool. And let's see.
Santa's coming to town.
Santa! Yeah, exactly.
Santa here? I know him. I know him.
That's like me when I'm excited about Halloween. I'm like, yay, Halloween's here. Don't get me wrong, I do like Christmas.
That's like you when Halloween's turning up.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
That's like it when Halloween's just around the corner, let alone when Halloween's here.
And I'm gonna add one more to your did you know kind of thing. Did you know that Jesus, so you know how everybody thinks baby Jesus was born on Christmas. It says here, did you know that Jesus was initially thought to have been born on January 6th in 200 AD? Jesus was believed to be a January baby. We don't really know why or how it changed, but it might have moved to take over pagan holidays that fell near December 25th. So hence the change. Did you guys know that? Did you? So there you go. Food for thought. All right. So on that note, unless there's anybody else who would like to activate the spin wheel for the wheel of cheer, we can do that one more time. If not, we can start on the crafts. So tell, yes, no,
Mm-hmm.
you good?
That's it.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I'm good. That's
You
it.
good?
I've done it twice.
Okay, so let's go back to the craft room. All right, so last time, give me a sec here. I'm gonna play some nice, relaxing Christmas music that is more instrumental. It has no singing whatsoever. So if some of you are kind of like, ooh, cringe, no, thank you. It's all nice stuff. It's relaxing. So if you want to just chill, get some ideas on different craft ideas, then by all means, yeah, just sit back, relax, and let's have some fun. So start that up. And if it's too loud, just let me know and I can tweak accordingly. And just turn it down a little bit here, so I don't have to compete so much with it in the background. Okay, now last time we did some really, really cool stuff. That's perfect. Okay, cool. And I had a bunch of these I painted. So I had a Santa, and then I love these gnome guys. They're super, super cute. But one thing that I wanted to actually do a little bit differently, and I didn't have a chance because I was running out of time. I'm going to finish painting because there's impressions on the back side of this, and I have another one of these. But what I wanted to showcase to you guys that I think is really cool, yes, you can paint them. That's fine if you just want to keep it simple like that. But what I'd like to do is I'd like to up the ante and actually embellish these a little bit more, just to make it a little bit more interesting and whatnot. Like, they're cute as they are. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But I just want to make them a little bit more interesting. So I was looking around last night to see what I could possibly do to add to these. And I'm going to try. So we'll give it a try with hot gluing some of the things onto this. And I was thinking not tons, but just a little bit maybe on the area of the little hats or toques that they're wearing, right? So what you could do is, for example, I found this. I have a bunch of it left over. I've used it for other projects. And I got this from one of the fabric stores that are local to me and everything. So these cute little stars. So you could just, you know, add a couple of these and then use hot glue gun to dollop on that. Another thing that I thought would be super, super cute that I have done on one of my other type of gnomes. Now these are too big, obviously, the scale, but you could do like some nice little bells, like a cluster of them. And again, you could tie a little sprig of something to it, or you could attach it with some different colored ribbon if you wish. Another thing I was thinking of adding to these guys as well, these I got at the dollar store. They're super, super cute. They're just like plastic, and they come in small and larger size. They're snowflakes. And I thought, oh, wouldn't that be super, super sweet to add to the cap? So I might do that on one of them. I haven't decided. Another thing too that works really, really well. So it is called Rick Rack. And if you have seen that in fabric stores, it's kind of like a zigzag ribbon. So that's a good little detail. And it comes in many different colors. You can get it white, red, gold, silver, whatever you can get your hands on. Again, at any fabric store whatsoever. I'm going to have to move my microphone a little bit so I'm not cutting in and out. Sorry about that. There we go. And then this is another thing. So these are smaller bells. And again, you could just tie like a cluster of... I find a cluster of 3 works well. And it looks really, really cute. Even if you have, for example... Another one. If you had like sprigs of holly or something to that effect, or little pine cones or something. If you wanted, you could add that to it as well. So there's a whole
pine
bunch of
cones would look
different
good.
possibilities. Yeah. Now, I ran out of pine cones, unfortunately, because I've used them for other previous projects. See, and I have different size, smaller bells, so I'm going to see which one works best with the scale. And need some scissors. Skizzers. And I'm not going to use, well, I might use ribbon a little bit later, not right now. I think I'll leave the ribbon out. But yeah, I was like wondering about that. I was like, no, maybe I could do something to that effect. Don't know. But I really like these snowflakes. They look really cute. So let me pull some out so you can see a little bit better what I'm talking about. They come in small or large, and you could do one of each and just have them kind of like on an angle askewed for an effect. Looks super, super sweet. So I'll show you in both the clear and the white. Well, I'll do the blue. It might be easier to see in my hand rather than the clear, but just to give you kind of an idea. So there you go for scale. If I go too high, it'll fall off if I tilt my hand too much. So yeah, you have a larger and then a smaller one. So that one versus that size. And I was thinking, again, maybe the big one might be too big, but you could always glue it kind of offset on to his cap kind of thing. And it just adds a little bit more kind of a punch to detail. And then I also have it in the clear. So you have, the larger one. And it's hard to see the smaller one as well. So I'll put the white away. Actually, I could double it up too. I could put a blue one and then a white one off to the side. That might look kind of cute actually on him. So then it looks like basically snow just sprinkled down on him and onto his cap. So I might do that. It's an idea. Or, like I said, you could even cut one of these stars off. Or you could do kind of like a pattern of 3, 1, 2, 3 going up. Just adding like a little bit of variation of detail if you wanted something different. But I'm thinking for the other guy, I might do these small little bells. That might look kind of cute. So these, they're quite large. I'm fumbling with my hands. I'm trying to do things because I'm looking at 2 different cameras here. So this is the larger out of the small bells. Now those might be too big. These are tiny. That might look kind of cute actually. But these are a bit on the mid-size. Maybe these might actually be the best. I don't know. Or I could do one of each. One large, medium, and one small. 1, 2, 3. That might actually work too. So what do you think, Cal? What would you think would be good?
I'd go with that actually.
Which one?
I'd go with the second option and see how it looks first.
So you need to specify because I said a lot. So which was that?
One small, one medium, one large.
Okay, so that was the last option. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah.
I'd give that a try because that sounds good, and the way I'm thinking about it, it kind of looks good. But
yeah, I usually like to do 3 the same though, because then because I'm going to be tying them together with fishing wire. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I do a cluster of 3. But we'll see.
Well, yeah.
But I like this idea with the snowflake, like doubling it up, like one on top of each other, on like an offset like that. I think that'll look cute. But since that's with the hot glue gun, I'm going to do that one after. So let me work on this table here that I'm facing you guys, because then my back's not twisted here when I'm working on this. So give me a sec.
It is far better if you don't do any injuries to yourself while you're actually,
you know,
crafting.
Safety first, right? I'm trying to be good about that.
Well, Christmas trees first and then safety second.
Something
No, I'm
like
kidding.
that.
Safety first and then Christmas trees.
Okay, so we got the colors. Purple, blue, green, gold, or red. So out of the large bells, I have only 3 gold, 3 purple, 3 blue, 1 green, and 1 red. What color should I use for that? I'm asking Mr. Tell.
Oh, well, in that case, if you're throwing that one open, I'd go with the red.
You want red for the main big one?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And I only have one of those.
Just, not that I'm biased, because red's my favourite colour or anything, but, you know.
Oh, that's okay. Now keep in mind, I don't think it really matters what color I use really per se, but so he's this color is Chuk. It's like a kind of a turquoisey green. It looks more blue on the screen there, but it's more kind of
Yeah, it does.
green here.
Hard to tell because, you know, my colour perception's off anyway
Yeah.
due to my sight.
I'm just letting you know so you have an idea. Not only you, but anybody else who's watching too, right? Okay. Now for the medium size, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 blue, 4 green, 4 yellow or gold, 4 purple, and 4 red.
Ooh. Gold.
Like gold?
Very Christmassy colours.
Okay.
Red and gold.
Let me try and tape this. Of course, I did this in such a way because I'm like, well, I don't want all these bells like flying all over the place. And now I'm trying to open the package and I'm afraid I might actually wreck it. Give me a sec. Okay. And what color do you think you'd want the smallest bell to be in?
Ooh.
Purple, blue, gold, red, green. There's blue too, sorry.
I'm tempted to go for green, but I'm not sure how well that would go.
Well, do you want me to pull it out and then I'll hold them together and you can take a look?
'Cause, you know, red, gold, and green sounds like, you know, beautiful colours. However, let's see what they look like together.
Now, if these 3 different sizes don't work, you're lucky. I have 1 green of the large and 3 gold of the large. So let's see first how this looks and then go from there. Okay, why are you fighting me, tape? No!
Because that's the way it works. You know that, you know, Christmas doesn't work unless half of the actual tape ends up plastered over everything else except the present.
Right?
And somebody always ends up bound in tape. Sometimes it's an accident, sometimes it's because they annoy you. And binding them in tape and putting some over their mouth just works.
Yes, ma'am.
Exactly. Like when your annoying sibling starts talking and you just think, well, it's Christmas and I deserve something from me. How about a bit of silence? And then you put tape over their mouth.
Okay, so you wanted red, gold, and green, yeah?
I think so.
So, what? I think they need to be the same size because it looks not as good. I thought originally it would look kind of cute, but kind of overwhelming because the small is very small. The medium's a bit smaller than the red. So let's do all the same size of the larger one, I think. And I have enough. I have 1 green left of that, and I have 3 gold. So let's do that. Because I think the small is a little too small. So let's grab that and then grab a gold. But you don't know until you try, yeah? So...
Oh, this is it, because, you know, in your mind, visually, it seems like a good idea, and you're like, yep, that looks perfect. And then you actually put it together when you see
you're
the
like,
actual thing.
oh,
Go,
no, maybe
yeah,
not
okay,
so
maybe
much.
that needs to change. That's the idea of trying it, isn't it? Because you need to be able to change it.
Yeah.
And if you can't, you better make the right decision in the first place.
I really believe that you should always try and test out the scale, because if you don't, you're gonna be like, okay, it looks nice, but something's off. Like, I can't put my finger on it. And then you've done all the work and you're like, oh. Well, if I knew that, I wouldn't have probably chose that. And then it's kind of too little too late. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So let us grab this one and put it back. All I keep hearing is ting, 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 ting. All these little bells. I use these bells actually when, I don't know if you were here or if you missed that. So a couple of years ago, I made for a streamer friend, Goth Baby Doll, who sometimes pops in on chat. So she had these pet rats and that she would always showcase on her streams. And it was so cute. So I said, oh, do you want me to, because I was making for one of my crafts, like these little toques, and for little ornaments on the tree. Oh, I really, really like those. And I said, oh, okay, well, do you want me to make you some? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, well, I'll try and make them a little bit smaller so they fit on your rats. And some of them had these tiny little bells on them, and so I made Santa hats, and then I made some of those toques, and I shipped them to her, and then she posted this video. It was so cute of them wearing them, and it was hilarious. So but it was a fun little project, and yeah, she liked them. And she sent me a video afterwards going, oh my goodness, this is what they look like. So there you go. This is what it'll look like when they're clustered together. 1, 2, 3 with fishing line. What do you think?
That's better.
That's better? Okay.
Yep.
All right, so I'm gonna tie this up. Like I said, I would go to the side, but I find sometimes it twists my back. So I will work on the projects when I'm properly set up. But because this is so finicky and my lighting, I have to be careful.
I feel it in my fingers. I feel it in my toes. Christmas is all around me, and so the feeling grows.
We watched that not too long ago.
Yep.
That's a good movie. If you haven't seen it, I would highly recommend it. We gotta watch Die Hard though. That's a must. Christmas film. Some people question that, go, really? It is. It's a bunch like that. Okay. Do one more knot. Okay. Now cut that. Okay. I find fishing wire is awesome. It does a really good job. And it lasts a long time too. Especially if you have good fishing wire for projects to work on. Alright. So what I'm gonna do, so it's not just a glob going through, what I might do is take a piece of felt and then I'm gonna, I guess, kind of where it's tied at the back, do a tiny little circle and then glue that to the circle so it stays put, and then glue that piece of circular felt to the Christmas Gnome's hat. I think that would make more sense because of the surface area. It covers it a little bit better. So I'm gonna try that. So unless, or the other thing I could do maybe, instead of just having that, what if I did a ribbon? Give it a try. I don't know if it'll work. Could try and tie like a little bow underneath it.
Mentioned something down in chat.
Reminds me of the rat. Yes, the rat hat spells. Yeah, I was just talking about that. Exactly. So I have dark green ribbon, white, light kind of green, or red ribbon. I think I'm going to do white just because it will make those colors pop. How's it going, Goth? I hope you're doing well. Told everybody about your Christmas hats and toques that I made for your little guys. That was a fun project, actually. So let's see, I don't know how much I'll need. I'll cut that much and then whatever, we'll see. Go from there. Yeah, no, that was a lot of fun. I enjoyed making those a lot. I think her rats enjoyed them too, if I'm going to be brutally honest. And if you guys get a chance, you can go on my Instagram. I'll have to go down a little bit, but there's a video that she took and it shows them wearing it.
She's mentioned in comments.
I'm going to try to get pics of Marcel in the hats this year. Unfortunately, I think this is the last Christmas he will be around, so I'm going to make the most of it. Yeah, I read your post. That's so sad. Aw. Well, okay. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't know enough, so I apologize. So how long do rats, what's their lifespan normally? 'Cause I know when I had hamsters, it wasn't too long, really. So
Rats are a bit longer, but it's been years.
yeah,
since
I
kept
thought so,
rats.
but I don't know
It's
100%.
been years since I kept rats, so I can't remember.
Yeah, and like, Goth's like, hey, if you want to know anything about anything when it comes to pets, talk to her. She knows. I'm gonna have to make bigger ones for your two Dobermans.
That I would like to see.
Then you gotta take pictures of that.
That I would like to see. I mean, I want to see the rats and the hats as well. But I mean, 2 Dobermans in Christmas hats. That's, yeah.
2 to 3 years, and he's going to be 3 in March. Okay, so yeah, he's kind of getting up there. Yeah. Aw, it's always sad. Especially with your fur babies, you know? No one ever likes to see that happen.
Rats are lovely creatures. They're so intelligent as well.
They are,
and
yeah.
very, very affectionate.
Well, she had like, hers were different. Like the looks of them, they had really round, like kind of almost mouse type ears. They were a specialty type of breed, she was telling me, I remember on her stream. And I was like, oh, that's so cool. I didn't even know about that. So I learned something from watching her on her stream. And it was Marcel, and there's like, I'm going to screw up the names. I apologize. Was it Dwayne? And there's another one. I can't remember the name. Lifespan is so insanely short, sorry. That is their only downfall. Yeah. But I knew that when I bought them because I've owned the rats before. Still will never stop me. I know. They are more than worth it. Yes. I agree. Hey, and if you have if you like certain pets and you enjoy them, why not? I don't see why not. And then she was telling me too, like, so her latest Doberman that she got came all the way from the Ukraine, from a breeder over there. And its color is a little bit different. It's kind of like almost like a chocolatey brown, or that's what it looked like when it was a puppy anyways. Doberman hats would be so funny and cute. Yep. I don't know, I might have to do that.
Not gonna lie, I would love to see pictures of that. That would be pretty cool.
Yep, Ukraine. Yeah, he's a red Doberman. Yeah, because the coloring was kind of like a reddish brown kind of color. Red and black, and they are the only colors I will be breeding. Yeah. So that's what she was saying. She is working really hard at because she had a third Doberman, but that passed on, unfortunately. And so they have a condition. I'm sorry, Garth, if I don't get it right, so you'll have to correct me. But they are kind of more prone to have it's kind of like heart disease type condition. And so it's kind of like certain breeds, purebred dogs. One that I know a lot of dogs have is like hip dysplasia, right? That can be quite problematic. And for particular breeds, I think German Shepherds are known for that, if I remember correctly. Well, larger dogs anyways, right? And so she's working really hard at kind of like she wants to be a professional breeder and all that stuff. So it's okay, girl, go off. I love hearing people talk about Dobermans. Yeah, so just to let people know, since I'm talking about that, because I do want to make sure facts are correct. So what is the specific condition? What is it called again? Because I don't want to get it incorrect and botch that up. So there's a specific name for that, and and you have to get them tested yearly, because it might not show up initially, and then as they get older, then so if you are planning to breed them, you have to make sure that they don't have that, right? Because DCM, and DCM stands for what exactly?
Just above the comment, just above.
Oh, sorry. Dilated cardiomyopathy. Sorry. It affects 60% of Dobermans. Yes. I missed that.
Dilated cardiomyopathy.
Myopathy, yes. Yeah. So, not cool. Obviously. Condition where the heart doesn't pump correctly. Yep. And becomes enlarged or gets holes. So is that kind of... Because my mom has the condition, and now I'd have to ask her. She'd probably say, no, it's something different. But so my mom, her condition that she has had inherited, and her father had this, where basically her valves for her heart, they close, kinda, but not completely as well as they should. So what happens is basically, she has many heart attacks a lot of the time. and it can cause that. And so basically the blood still pumps, but the valve that should close properly and open and close, it doesn't. It's a little bit always kind of going in and out. So it makes her very, very weak. So it kind of reminds me a little bit of that. So I'm not sure. I'd have to ask her if she has something similar to that or if it's called something else. Not 100% sure. So people who have that tend to be kind of like, well, weaker in the sense that they just get like short breaths sometimes. It just hits them harder, I guess. They are at risk of going extinct in my lifetime, and I'm going to do everything in my power to stop it. DCM is genetic for sure, but they are not sure which genes cause it. There could be dozens of genes that contribute to it. Yes, ma'am. Sorry to hear that about your mom, but I know they just came out with a new medicine that helps tremendously in humans, and they are looking to test it in dogs soon. So there is hope. Yeah. So, but my mom, unfortunately, she has had this going on, her heart attack, since her mid-30s, and she still has them today. And her heart, unfortunately, is so damaged now that yeah, she has to be very, very careful. And if she's not, then yeah, the next one, you never know, could be that's it, or she could have a complete stroke or whatever. So they said for her, in her instance, because the damage of so many heart attacks, what happens is it basically hardens the muscle, right? When you have, every time you have a heart attack, if you survive it, kind of thing. So she's not that age, but they said, yeah, her heart is like that of someone who's in their 90s. So the only thing she can do is basically have a full-on heart transplant at this point. Or what she takes, last case, or worst case scenario, I guess, is, was it mercury, if she needs to, under the tongue? So. But she can, to the, like, literally, to the second, she knows exactly when it's coming on. She's had this for so many years and everything. And believe it or not, just FYI, so when women have heart attacks, it's different than men. I know this sounds weird, and it's not like a sexist or biased thing, not at all. It's an actual, like, physical thing. So if you have one coming on, the best thing to do, instead of rubbing like on the front side for women, it's actually on the back side. You want to like really push and massage at the back and everything, and then breathe and get as much oxygen as you can and everything. And yeah, so goodness. Every moment sure is precious. She's a warrior. Yeah, wow, good to know. I had no idea. And also another thing too, if you have, okay, so obviously some symptoms too, if you have like numbness, tingling of your left hand and or arm, if you feel something like that, or your pain in your chest, believe it or not, you can ask doctors, as well as sorry, word evades me right now. Paramedics, that's the word. One thing that you can do is cough really, really hard, believe it or not, if you're feeling some like kind of that sort of pain coming on, and that will kind of actually sometimes kickstart it and like fix it if it's early onset, kind of, believe it or not. So yeah, a couple things like that. And I know that only because, like, well, first aid and all that fun stuff. So yeah. So if you're by yourself, obviously, first thing, dial 911 over here in North America anyways, and then try and do that, right? I'm not savvy on anything medical, so I will always listen. No worries. Okay, I'm gonna plug this in because I'm gonna need my heat for my glue gun. So last time I painted these lovely little gnomes, but what I'm gonna do is I'm going to embellish them a little bit. So I haven't done this yet, but the purple one, I'm going to add a couple different snowflakes. I'm gonna layer them. I just thought it'd be kind of cool, so I found this blue one that would be good, and then on top I'm gonna put a small little clear one, and then just kind of have it like askewed on the toque. And then I'm gonna hot glue gun a little white ribbon to the bells, and then stick that on the guy's little toque there. So hopefully that works out.
His fat white ass down that chimney tonight, you're gonna find the jolliest bunch of assholes this side of the nut house.
Dear God. Aw, yeah. So that's what I'm gonna work on first. And if I don't know how much I'll get time to do, but this is another craft that I picked up. Again, dollar store. But I'm probably going to go blind. I'm not going to lie. This has all these little tiny, tiny crystals that you get to stick on. Like the little ding, 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 ding kind of thing. And then you make these big kind of stickers if you want. I thought, oh man, that's cool. So they're kind of like those little Swarovski crystals and stuff. So there's 3 different types. There's a gnome, snowman, and a gingerbread, which is super cool. I was not expecting that on your channel. There's a lot of things people don't expect. It just comes out randomly, just, you know. So, who doesn't like National Lampoon's Christmas? That is a good one, actually. Oh my gosh, thank goodness you're the one crafting, because looking at all those tiny crystals, that I would likely lose is giving anxiety. No, don't let it give you anxiety. I mean, worst case scenario, say F it, and you move on to another craft, just like whatever. And then you just pick up like one of those little self-vacuum things and suck up all the crystals. Fun times, fun times.
Either that or the fake snow makes you sneeze and suddenly the crystals are all over the place.
So,
Merry Christmas.
don't worry, what I'm gonna do just to save myself from doing that, it's work smart, not hard. I'm going to get, before I start that, quickly, I just thought of that, go downstairs and get a cookie tray. Why? Because then you put it on the cookie tray, so then if it goes anywhere, it's self-contained.
I heard the word cookies. What did you say?
No, and then
I
that way
heard
the
the word
crystals
cookies.
don't go everywhere, kind of, you know what I mean? And then you don't have to worry. I think those would be a little bit easier than working with glitter, because glitter gets everywhere. Like, you'll find it weeks and weeks after you've worked with glitter. It doesn't matter.
It's like sand. It just gets in all the wrong places.
Right?
Like your hair, you know, the carpet, you know, all the wrong places.
So, yeah, not good. Not good. But we try. We do. Okay, I'm gonna make this bow a tiny bit smaller because it's a little big. Of course, this is really hard to tie because it's like a satin sheen to it, so it's slippery. So the minute I tighten it, it's like, no, I don't want to go that way. I think I'm gonna do my own thing. It's like, really? Thanks a lot. And we all know how accident prone Chibs is, so. Oh, I better hydrate. Thank you. Thank you. This is like the best thing ever I picked up. And of all places, Hobby Lobby, I found this. And I love the color. It's just gorgeous. I love how it's just like the beautiful, it's like a raspberry kind of purpley color to it. a 40-ounce mug. Like, I wasn't one of these people who was gonna buy one of those Stanley ones. I'm like, are you kidding me? What, you think I'm made out of money? I'm not gonna spend like close to $80 on a stupid 40-ounce mug stuff. But I saw this and it was like $10 US. I was like, hell's yeah, I can afford that. And I even love the color. And I tested it, and holy cow, does it ever do a good job? Like, keeping it nice and cool. Wheelchair. Okay. Here we go. Let's bring it up.
Ho, ho, ho! Let's watch the spin wheel go. Celebrate with joy and cheer into a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
All right, let's spin that spin wheel for Mr. Towel. Da-da-da! Try again. Boo, that sucks. Oh my goodness, singing Christmas Carol? Good Lord. I haven't even warmed up my vocal cords. That's not good. This is going to be very craptacular. Okay, so we have a bunch that you can choose from, Mr. Tell, that I can suffer through. Let's see. Oh, good Lord. We have the following: Frosty the Snowman. We have Jingle Bells. Here Comes Santa Claus. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. Deck the Halls. White Christmas. Winter Wonderland. A Christmas Tree. We Wish You Merry Christmas. Let It Snow, Let It Snow, Let It Snow. Joy of the World. That's a very, very long one. 12 Days of Christmas. Don't choose that one. Please don't. Otherwise, my poor vocal cords will be like toast. So what do you think? Or should I get Mr. Christmas?
Think you're asking.
I should get Mr. Christmas to sing these songs. So I have this little character on my tree, and his name is Mr. Christmas, and it's a Christmas mouse. And you guys probably wouldn't hear it because my microphone's
Mr.
so
Christmas
far
is
away.
awesome.
But he has an English accent, this Christmas mouse, and he when you start up the Christmas tree and turn on the lights, it's like, well, hello, to see what I can do, please say lights on or play a carol. And so for some odd reason, he doesn't seem to always listen to me. And it's kind of like when if you have an iPhone or Android, and so it's like asking Alexa or like Siri to do something. He's kind of like that. And the odd time he'll just randomly start talking and it's like dead silent and you're like, where did that come from? So it's funny. Okay, so which song would you like me to sing, Mr. Dell?
Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas.
Where is that? Okay, I think I went past that. Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry. My voice is
So good job you hydrated first.
I need more. I need much more. Okay, I'm going to try. I'm nervous. Okay. So have yourself a merry little Christmas. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Let your heart be light. From now on, our troubles will be out of sight. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Make the Yuletide gay. From now on, our troubles will be miles away. Here we are as in golden days, happy golden days of yore. Faithful friends who are dear to us, gather near to us once more. Through the years we'll be together, if the fates allow. Hang a shining star above the highest bough, and have yourself a merry little Christmas now. There you go. Sorry, it's not the greatest.
Well done.
I was like, oh, scratchy little voice. There you go.
You did very well considering.
Yeah, my poor vocal cords. I really need to practice before I go on to stream. Warm them up a bit.
Merry Christmas,
Charlie Brown! Yeah, exactly. I kind of feel like Charlie Brown's Christmas tree sometimes. Okay, so let me glue this. Not doing such a great job here. It's like, come on, Chebs, all you're doing is babbling and singing Christmas carols. Yes, I know. Let's go back to the craft room and continue playing some lovely Christmas melodies. Okay. Christmas bells, why are you fighting me? Come here. Don't be like that. There we go. Just gotta hold it in place. I just don't want to twist my back. That's why I'm not showing it on the camera, but I will in a second. So just give me a sec. Ah, see, now it's glued onto the little ribbon. Little bow. Goes a little bit shorter. And now, you're Mr. Gnome. Where am I going to position you? Okay, yeah, I think I could put it offset on the... Do I want it on the left? Do I want it on the left or do I want it on the right? I think the left has more space, so I'm going to do it on that side. Okay, let's give this a try. Don't burn my fingers, don't burn my fingers, don't burn my fingers, please, please, please. If you are doing anything with a hot glue gun, please, 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 whatever you do, be careful. I highly recommend that adults do that project, not little kids. Because, yeah, you don't want to burn your fingers. Trust me, it's not fun.
Highly recommend responsible adults do this.
Yes.
I normally end up sticking my fingers together, or sticking the bow to my fingers, or even sticking everything else. So, highly recommend responsible adults do this.
You want to see the end result? Ta-da! So he's got a nice little kind of detailed added to his toque. So there you go. He's got some bells. He's got a little bow kind of thing. So there's that one. So the next one we're going to do is the snowflakes. So I'm going to go over here. Let's see. Figure out the positioning of this. So that. And then do I want... Again, I think I might put it on the left side because he's just got a little bit more room. Well, I don't know. Yeah, no, on the left. Okay, so I'm gonna glue the... do I want it that low? Nah, I keep changing my mind. Okay. Let's see here. This side. Okay. Hot glue gun. Big dollop of glue. Be careful because the glue's hot, not just the metal part. Just hold it. Hold it. Place. So this is just with the one snowflake so far. We're gonna add a small little clear one offset so it looks like it's kind of, I think, tumbling down. Try and do something like that effect. It looks freaking cute though. Man, I should have been in production mode making these and then selling them at craft fairs. I probably would have done quite well, actually. Now, do I want it to the right, tumbling down, or to the left? Okay, question. Do I want the snowflake, the little one, off to the... This is the left-hand side, or the right-hand side coming down? What do you guys think? Left or right? I'm thinking maybe right, because then you see it like where the purple is, you'll see more behind it, whereas here I'll get kind of lost. Maybe, I don't know. What do you guys think? Mr. Tell, Goth, anybody
In that
who's
case,
watching?
go to the right.
You think right looks okay?
Mm.
Okay, so what I'm gonna have to do, let's see, might have to do it in 2 spots, just because, again, the piece that I'm gluing, it might seep through and then it might not adhere to the anchor points as well. Unless I do it kind of like top down. That actually might look kind of cute. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that there. Okay, so I'm going to glue it on the base of the blue one there. Careful, 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 careful. Hot, hot, hot. Squish. Squish, 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 squish. Hold. Let it do its thing. There we go. What do you guys think? Ta-da! We got the 2 little snowflakes like tumbling down kind of thing.
That looks good.
Yeah. It's
Yep.
cute.
He
Like
looks good.
like, don't get me wrong. The original just painted by itself looks pretty darn cute, I must say. There's nothing wrong with that. But I was just thinking, how do we do it so it's a little bit more kind of up the ante a little bit, right? So by using little things that you might have around, you can just do that. Just make it even that much more a little bit special and unique. And I thought, oh, that's really, really cute. See, I could have been making all these, like, what was it, back in October, and got into Christmas fair and sold a whole bunch of these, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm. Along with the other things you make, yeah.
Yeah.
You've done well.
Yep, yep, yep. Okay, so that's these 2 done. So I can hang these. So there's that one and this one. Yay! In my tree. Now I left Santa because I thought he was fine by himself, to be honest. So let's try and finish painting this because I wanted to do that. And then we'll see, but I think maybe next time, because I didn't realize, because I was explaining everything, how long this took. So let me unplug this so I don't melt other things.
Well, that wouldn't be good.
No. There we go. Just let that cool down. And I'm gonna move that out of the way so I don't accidentally knock it over, because that would be bad. What do even like this one if you wanted to. Like say if I, that's another thing I could actually do. I could even like glue little stars like ding 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 on top of here too. That might actually look kind of cute. So for example, cut one just to show you. So it has this crosshatch design anyways, which is fine. But yeah, if you wanted to like add a little bit more. I like these stars. They're cute. They're kind of puffy and everything. So you could put them if you wanted and you're like, I don't really like the cross design. You could just glue those on if you wanted as like an added, her thumbs are in the way, an added like little detail or something like that effect if you wish, right? You don't have to. Just an idea. Okay. Well, let's put this off to the side. I'll clean that up later. I can get my elves to do that work.
If only.
What was it I saw that was so cool? Actually, online, I was like, oh man, see, if you wanted to motivate people to cut their lawns, that's the way to do it. It was really cute. It was a remote control, looked like off-road vehicle, and it
Yeah, I've
cut
seen it.
grass at the same time. I'm like, heck yeah,
I've seen that.
that's hilarious.
That's one of those that you allow the children to play with because you think it will keep them quiet for a while, and then before you know it, that's it. All your plants are gone. Your shrubs have all been torn to pieces. Yeah, you know, wonderful idea.
Well, in theory, it seems like a good idea until you notice that half the grass isn't even actually cut and it's all zigzagged everywhere.
Exactly. Or they've written something rude in the lawn on your long grass. I mean, that's even funnier.
Oh, the weather outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful. And since we've no place to go, make it so.
Make it so.
Make it so.
Yep. Training. Yep. So those are too bright. Yep. Oh. And I was smart because last time I painted it ahead of time already, so the base is all good to go. Now all I have to do is just paint the other side. And no, this is not margarine. This is water in a margarine container. I would not paint with margarine. That would be disgusting. And I don't think it would adhere that well, to be brutally honest. But
Well, you don't know until
you
you
don't
try.
know until you try. Exactly. I was gonna say, Miss.
Yeah.
Beat me to it. Yep. And I have someone in chat who says, "What are you talking about? It totally works great." I'll be like, "Oh, okay. My bad. I was incorrect. Okay." So.
Merry Christmas. Ho, ho, ho.
Okay, so if I remember correctly, I did the Mediterranean blue, I believe, on the top. So we're gonna do that. But I'm gonna have to undo this because I don't want to paint on the ribbon, preferably. Oops, sorry if my microphone's off a bit. Shake it up, shake it up, shake it up. Because it's all acrylic paint. If you're kind of curious where I got the acrylic paint from, I picked these up from Michael's craft stores, more specifically. They come in two fluid ounce or 59 milliliters, and they're acrylic paint. This color is Mediterranean blue. The other colors I'm using is navy and bright blue as well. And yeah, they are great because they're all purpose. They're water based, fast drying. They adhere to pretty much almost most craft surfaces: wood, canvas, clay, resin, terracotta, and more. And if you need to clean it up, you can use soap and water cleanup. But make note, it can stain some surfaces, so be careful. So yeah. And again, you can get brushes anywhere. You can probably even find acrylic paint at dollar stores. I've seen that sometimes. I've never tried their paint per se, but yeah, it probably works just as good or just as well. And then same with the brushes. You can pick them up dollar store or craft stores, whatever kind of thing. Choice is yours. So, Mr. Tell, like in the past, have you ever done like crafts and stuff or no?
Yeah, we used to make a lot of tree decorations. Actually, we used to do like these snowflakes that you were doing.
I have a whole
Obviously,
bunch of
over
those.
here, we also make sort of paper chains. So, you would actually buy the chains, but then you'd end up licking the sticky ends, sticking them together, and forming a chain with all these different colours. Obviously, pine cones decorated for the Christmas tree. So sometimes you better you'd spray a bit of frosting on them.
Yep.
Something like that, or you could just spray them in gold or silver, and then you would hang those from the tree as well.
Yep.
Sometimes we'd even make Christmas crackers.
Oh, okay.
So you'd use something like there are something like toilet tubes. Basically, you take the toilet tube or toilet roll, something like that, and you dust that, and then you'd wrap it in sort of Christmas paper, and you'd find some way of like screwing the ends together. Obviously it could be very different to do the cracker bit inside that you pull and listen to it go bang, but but essentially, yeah, and then you could fill it with little toys or little gifts or whatever you wanted.
Okay.
So,
before you go too far, because some people might not, they'll be like, Christmas crackers, what are you talking about? Edible crackers? What is this? So, because you're from the UK, more specifically
yes.
England, so can you describe in a matter sense, I guess, what that entails and how did that come about over there?
Oh my goodness. Okay, so put me on the spot, why don't you? How did that come about? I have no idea. I have no idea.
You're gonna have to Google that, I think.
Yeah, I'll have to have a look at that because I have absolutely no idea how they came about. As for what they actually are, is normally lengths of tube decorated in very Christmassy colours, and what you will do is you have one person holding one end of the tube, one person holding the other, and you will pull it in opposite directions until it splits. And the person with the longest length of the cracker in their hand wins the ingredients inside.
Okay, so just pause right there. So that's kind of okay. So in North America, some people, not everybody, but that was kind of a tradition you would do with a wishbone, the turkey kind of thing. I don't know if many Americans do that, but I remember that was a thing. And so you'd have to wait till it was obviously dried, right? And then do it. So you would get that bone from the turkey, and then whoever got the longest from the break and stuff, then they could make a wish and that kind of idea and stuff. So that's really cool. And what kind of things are in those crackers? Like what kind of things can you find in them?
All sorts. So you can find mini little sort of plastic toys, everything from magnifying glasses to little notebooks, And each one always has a Christmas joke in there, which is basically very small versions of dad jokes. You
Mm-hmm.
know, they're normally family friendly.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because obviously these are things that you're meant to pull around the table
Kids.
at Christmas dinner.
Yeah.
So you know, at that point there'd be inside a cracker you will normally find a paper Christmas hat, which
Looks
you're
like a
supposed to wear.
crown, right?
It does. It looks
Mm.
very much like a crown, and
Mhm.
it comes in multiple different coloured papers. So yeah, purples, yellows, orange, red, greens, blues. So and inside will also be a joke, and obviously you'll take it in turns to read your jokes out to the table so that everybody can be tortured with
Comedian.
those jokes.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And also, you know, like I said, you will have a range of little things inside the crackers. So it could be everything from a small jigsaw puzzle, like a 9-piece jigsaw puzzle. So not terribly difficult, but then, you know, or maybe a little puzzle, or like I said, you know, maybe a pencil, or maybe a little comb, or just novelty little items, unless you go up for the really expensive Christmas crackers, which, you know, you may get from places, in which case you can have some very expensive items inside. So, you know, all sorts really.
What is it? So is it Harold's? The big store over there?
Harrods is
Harrods,
the
sorry.
London. Yes,
Yeah.
there's Harrods. Which is,
So
that's
over
one.
there, yeah, my bad, sorry, and I added an L, pardon me. So Harrods, yeah, is like quite a large department store, and they sell like you name it, pretty much anything, everything, and they're very well known because they have a huge like toy store section as well. And I remember it was featured a few years ago, and they were showing some of these really expensive crackers. Like we're talking the box, because you get like maybe anywhere from 6 to like a dozen or something like that in a box, depending on how many you want. And these were selling for quite a bit. Like you wouldn't see that normally, but that's because they had more expensive items that you could possibly kind of get from the cracker and everything, and they were selling for, oh my goodness, like almost over $400. It was nuts. But that's because the items they had in them were like jewelry and stuff, or nicer things.
Yeah, you can have more expensive
but
ones.
yeah, you don't normally find that in the regular ones that you can get.
Wow.
But I saw that and I was like, good lord, that's expensive.
Did find a little piece on in History Magazine, History UK, Culture UK.
Oh, good. And
Christmas crackers. So, history of Christmas crackers and why the British wear paper hats at the Christmas lunch table.
mm-hmm.
This is by someone called Ben Johnson.
Okay.
It says, all over Britain on Christmas Day, families can be found sitting around their dining tables enjoying a traditional lunch of roast turkey with all the trimmings, and all, regardless of age, wearing coloured paper hats. It is
Yep.
rumoured that even the Queen wears her paper hat over lunch. Probably not now.
No, she's passed. But
So-
this is an article that was a while ago, obviously.
It was
yeah.
written a little while ago, yes. So why this quaint tradition? Where do these paper hats come from? The answer is the Christmas cracker. The Christmas cracker is a cardboard paper tube wrapped in brightly coloured paper and twisted at both ends.
Mhm.
There is a banger inside the cracker, 2 strips of chemically impregnated paper that react with friction, so that when the cracker is pulled apart by 2 people, the cracker makes a loud bang.
It's kind of like, how do I explain? It's the stuff that you would find in those, way back when, those little guns, and it would hit and it would strike it, and so you
Little
smell
caps.
the cap
Cap
guns,
guns.
and you'd smell the sulfur and stuff like that from them, right? And so,
That's
but
correct.
they're on these 2 strips of like paper, and it's on the end, and then the minute you pull it, causes the friction because the surface area is rough, and then it goes, and then it causes that loud, like a firecracker, hence why it's called a cracker, right, for short, because firecrackers crack, boom kind of sound, right? So yeah.
As it says, each person takes the end of the cracker and pulls.
Yeah.
Or, if there is a group around the table, everyone crosses their arms to pull all the crackers at once. Everyone holds their own crackers in their right hand and pulls their neighbour's cracker with their left hand.
Yep.
Inside the cracker there is a paper crown made from tissue paper, a motto or joke on a slip of paper, and a little gift. It is a standing joke that the mottos in crackers are unfunny, corny, and often very well known,
Very
as
cheese.
the same jokes have been appearing in crackers for decades.
It's kind
Crackers
of
can be made from... Oh, sorry, go on.
sorry. It's kind of like the fortunes that you get in Chinese, like cookies, right? Fortune cookies.
Correct, yes. Crackers can be made from scratch using empty toilet rolls and tissue paper. The maker can then choose small personal gifts for their guests. Now, Christmas crackers are a British tradition dating back to Victorian times, when in the early 1850s, London confectioner Tom Smith started adding a motto to his sugared almond bonbons, which he sold wrapped in a twisted paper package. As many of his bonbons were bought by men to give to women, many of the mottos were simply love poems. He was inspired to add the bang when he heard the crackle of a log he had just put on the fire. He decided to make a log-shaped package that would produce a surprise bang, and inside would be an almond and a motto. Soon the sugared almond was replaced with a small gift, originally sold as the Cossack. It soon became known by the public as the cracker. The paper hat was added to the cracker in the early 1900s by his sons, and by the end of the 1930s, the love poems had been replaced by jokes or limericks. The cracker was soon adopted as a traditional festive custom, and today virtually every household has at least one box of crackers to pull over Christmas.
Yeah, so
There you go.
that's really cool. And so a lot of people don't realize this, but okay, again, bit of history, FYI. So when it comes to the Christmas trees, they originated from, you should know this, Tal.
Germany.
That's right. And why would they come over to England from Germany? There's some history here. And it has to do with
because
your
how
monarchy, right?
our royal family
That's right.
are not only married, but also, I believe Queen Victoria's children also married into the German family, so therefore our monarchy, it's very much attached to Germany.
So that's why we have a lot of those traditions today. And then obviously people loved that idea and everything, and it kind of caught on like wildfire, and so everybody else wanted Christmas trees. And then, as you can imagine, a lot of these people who then, some of these families immigrated over to North America, just continued that on and whatnot. So there you go.
I believe the royal family's name was not originally Windsor. I can't remember what it was originally, but it wasn't Windsor. It was certainly more German sounding.
And Victoria's husband's name was?
Albert.
That's correct. So
Prince Albert. Not attached to the other one.
no. And he was German, so
He was.
yeah. So there you go. No, but like a lot of people, it's funny because it's the same when you're trying to explain like history of like, well, that's why I bring it up for Halloween as well too, because a lot of people are like, oh, where did that come from? How did that come from? And as more and more families are immigrating to a lot of these westernized countries and everything, and they're like, oh, that's so cool, it's cute kind of thing, but don't really understand why or how things came to be. And sadly, like a lot of things, it gets a little bit lost in history. So yeah, you miss out on things.
Well, plus over the ages, traditions and other things
They
do have a
change.
tendency to change. Yes,
Yep.
so
As well. So there's that.
it's normally only
too.
what people know. For since I was young, we've been pulling Christmas crackers over here, but hence why I had no idea why Christmas crackers were there at Christmas,
Mhm.
because it's something I've always known. So you don't necessarily
You just
know
do
why
it.
the
You
tradition
don't.
is
You
there.
don't
Exactly.
actually read and
You don't
ask
necessarily
questions. You
know
just do
why this.
things.
you don't necessarily know why the tradition takes place. You simply know that it is a tradition, and therefore you follow it.
Well, you just do it. It's 'cause.
Well, to be perfectly honest, I'm more interested in the turkey, the trimmings, and everything else. And
I just want to be fed.
basically, yeah. I mean, I put on the hat because I'm forced to, and I listen to the jokes because I have to. It's polite. Do I want to hear them? No.
Not particularly.
But I do.
But I will if I have to. If that means I get fed, fine. It's like...
There you go. You're cottoning on. That's the way it works.
And you guys over there turkey's not a big thing for you guys at all.
Actually, it is, yeah.
Well, it
Yes,
has
it is.
now, but it never... You guys never ate turkey way back when for Christmas. You'd have goose or something else. You wouldn't have turkey.
There would be a Christmas goose, yes.
Yeah, so no, because turkeys are in North America. So yeah, no, that was never a thing over there at all. And I know this also for a fact too, because so my Oma and everything, because yeah, that's not a thing over in Holland or Germany. They don't eat turkey either. They're like, what? That's a North American thing. And they whatchamacallit, they find it very different, like the taste. They're just like, nah, I don't care for it so much, right? They will if they need to, but they don't go out of their way to put it that way. It's like, nah, I'll pass. That's fine.
Cranberry sauce. You slam cranberry sauce with anything and it tastes good.
Oh, cranberry sauce is awesome. You can't go wrong with cranberry sauce. Well, actually, you should be more specific. There's certain cranberry sauces that are a little bit better than others, like the different manufacturers and stuff. Like Ocean Spray, that's made up here. They grab the cranberries from actually up here. And we're the ones that produce the cranberries for that. So that's the stuff that you find in the canned cranberries. The best, I can't say for the rest of you guys, but my brother and I purposely, we take it out of the can, and the goal is to keep it in the can shape and leave it like that and served. We do not cut it up or anything to make it look all nice. We're like, nope. We do that just to be silly. It's a little bit goofy, but it looks tacky as all get out because you see the ridges from the can on the gelatinous cranberry jelly, but it's awesome. It's like whatever, we just have fun, we just giggle and laugh. It's just like one of these things we've done ever since we were little. We're like, oh yeah, that's awesome, do that, yeah, so yep, bunch of goofs. Memories, traditions. Yeah, there's a lot of traditions when you think about it too. Like the Christmas wreath. I can read you a little bit about that, how that came about. Do you know where that came from, Mr. Towel?
Absolutely no idea.
From Rome, of all places, believe it or not. There you go. So I will bring that up once I finish dotting my Christmas ornament here. Just want to finish with this color before I move on to the next color. Blobby. Blob, blob, blob.
What's this? What's this? There's color everywhere. What's this? There's white things in the air. What's this? I can't believe my eyes. I must be dreaming. Wake up, Jack. This isn't fair. What's this?
See, one of these years I gotta find a black Christmas tree and do that for
What's
Halloween.
this? There's people singing songs. What's this? The streets are lined with little creatures laughing. Everybody seems so happy. Have I possibly gone daffy? What is this? What's this?
You know what? If you ever see pets that have never seen snow ever, that's their reaction exactly right there. Like, what the hell is this? I remember we had our family beagle. His name was Winchester. And when it snowed, he was a trooper. He was awesome. We actually hooked up, believe it or not, a toboggan of all things. And he was very, very strong little dog. And he just carried that like nothing, because he would just pull with his chest. And so we had it attached so it wouldn't choke him or anything, obviously. And he was so excited when he saw snow. He's like, yeah, snow. Let me see if I can bring this up. Hold on. I want to find that for you here. So when it comes to, let me see, Christmas wreaths. Let's see. And there's different things, how they decorate them in different countries too. Information on that. Did you know that more than 80% of the world's artificial Christmas trees are actually made in China? But a much smaller portion of Chinese people celebrate Christmas as a religious holiday. Those who do often put up artificial trees of light, quote unquote, decorated with paper chains and lanterns. Where is it here? Try and find that information I was talking about. Oh, maybe I don't have it on here. But I do remember reading about that, the history. I thought, oh, that's really interesting. I was like, huh, there you go. Let me do Control F, find. Okay, here we go. Okay, so yeah, why do we hang wreaths on our doors, right? Okay, so in ancient Rome, people would exchange evergreen branches during New Year's celebrations to wish each other good health. The Romans eventually began bending these branches into a ring and displaying them on doorways, which symbolized both victory and eternal life. The wreath later became a Christian symbol for the body of Christ. In holy wreaths, the sharp pointed leaves represented the crown, right? Or the thorns worn by Jesus on the cross. And the small red berries symbolized, well, droplets of his blood, right? Evergreen wreaths embodied eternal life. For some Christians, hanging a wreath in the doorway has been an invitation, for Christ to enter one's home. But today, people mostly hang wreaths on their doors because they're festive and because it's a tradition kind of thing. So there you go. Now, the true question. So why the heck do people drink eggnog? Some people like it, some people don't. Here's another thing. So most culinary historians agree that eggnog stems from a medieval British drink called posset, P-O-S-S-E-T. A thick, boozy, ale-like concoction seasoned with whatever spices were on hand, as the milk, eggs, and sherry used to make posset were foods of the rich. The drink was used in toasts to prosperity and good health. Eggnog became a holiday tradition when it was brought over to the American colonies, where cows, chickens, and rum were much more accessible. As for the name, the term nog referred to a certain type of strong English beer, while a quote-unquote noggin was a small cup intended for brewing nog. So there you go. Did you know that, Mr. Dell?
I did actually, yes.
So,
Because unfortunately, well, I say unfortunately, actually, British history is filled with alcohol. Literally filled with it. With nothing but a bunch of pea heads. What can I say?
see, okay.
Not something I shout about. No, hold on a second. What am I saying? Of course we do.
So, but you can get non-alcoholic eggnog too, right? It doesn't have to have it in there. But
Yes, it does.
no, it doesn't. I find it, no, it's gross. So I usually have, so over here, for example, you can get it like really, really thick, or like there's three types, like original, kind of medium, and then light. I usually go for the light, and then I even add a little bit of skim milk to it to water it down because it's so sweet. But it is nice within moderation. Or okay, here's another treat if you wish. Add that to vanilla ice cream and make a milkshake out of it. That's awesome. It's really, really good. So
A very messy Christmas. I'm sorry, Mr. Baldrick, shouldn't that be merry?
A merry, messy Christmas. All right, but the main thing is that it should be messy. Messy cake, soggy pudding, great big wet kisses under the mistletoe.
Yes, I fear, Mr. Baldrick, that the only way you're likely to get a big wet kiss at Christmas, or indeed at any other time, is to make a pass at a water closet.
terrible. Yeah, so no, it's kind of neat. But some people, they put in way too much alcohol in eggnog and knock you on your butt.
Well, I don't know. Yeah.
Can be a bit strong. And Tal, do you know where candy canes come from?
I believe that's Germany again.
So
Candy canes.
this is one of those traditions that we're not too sure about, but one story goes that a German choir master in 1670 was worried about children being disruptive during long church services. So he went to a candy maker for sticks of white sugar to keep them quiet. Here, shut them up.
good
Just
grief.
give them tons of sugar.
Yeah, just give them tons of sugar. That'll shut them up. Yeah.
So to give the candy an educational slant, the choir master asked the candy maker to make the sticks in the shape of a cane, so that the kids would remember the story of the shepherds who came to visit baby Jesus. However, all the references to this story are anecdotal, and there are no real records to prove it's actually true. What we do know is that in 1919, Bob McCormack started making candy canes in Georgia and eventually became one of the world's leading candy cane producers. Since manually shaping candy canes into their traditional J-shaped was inefficient and labor intensive, McCormack's brother-in-law, a Catholic priest named Gregory Keller, invented the Keller machine. So there's an actual machine, okay, to automate the process of shaping a straight candy cane into today's J-shaped candy canes. That's insane. That's crazy. So there you go. I need to get the cherry flavored ones. Those are my favorite. I don't mind the mint ones. They're okay, but if I have to choose, I really like the cherry flavor. Now they come in so many different flavors. This is the other thing too. So many different flavors. I've seen butterscotch. I've seen the cherry. I've seen raspberry. I've seen, well, the traditional like spearmint type. I've seen blueberry. Just trying to think what other color that I've seen it in. I'm sure there's a lot more, but those are the ones that come to mind for myself. You like the cherry ones too, don't you?
I like cherry. Anything that's cherry flavored, I like that.
Yeah, can't go wrong with that. Like bacon. You know what? I wouldn't be surprised if they made a bacon flavored candy cane. Could you imagine for all those bacon lovers out there?
I can only imagine if they did a bacon cherry flavored candy cane.
Oh, good lord, that would be the weirdest combination. That would be crazy.
I'd try it.
I know you would. You'd be crazy enough to try it for sure. Like,
Nothing crazy about it. Bacon and cherry. Yeah.
that would be very strong, I would think.
Yeah, maybe. Worth it.
You think so?
Well, I don't know until I've tried it, so.
I was gonna say you're kind of jumping
Not
the
saying I'm
gun, saying they're worth
Not
it.
saying I'm not thinking about it here, though. You
Totally
can get
worth
cherry
it.
jam, and you can get bacon. I mean, you know, the sweetness, the saltiness, you know, crispy bacon with a nice soft sort of, you know, cherry preservative, maybe.
So go figure. You're okay with that, but you're not okay with chocolate chip and bacon cookies, which actually is very good. It sounds weird, but it's actually quite good.
That's because I love bacon and I love cherry, so of course I'm full on with that idea.
Yeah.
But then you say bacon and chocolate chip cookies, and I'm like, well, I like the bacon. Chocolate chip cookies, they're all right.
So now I was like, you guys like, what? There's no way that could taste.
Well, it's true, you don't know until you've tried it. So I'm not saying I wouldn't try them. I would. I absolutely would.
Yeah. Oh, I fudged this up so badly. Oh my goodness, my brush went off. Filter. Ah! Shoot. Well, if I'm gonna mess it up really good. There you go. Shoot.
Merry Christmas, Mr. B.
There's the cracker in his hand in the animation. There you go. Yeah, I guess if you had enough of those, it'd be quite the bang like what he did.
Well, as it says, the tradition is that, you know, you hold your cracker in your right hand and then your neighbour's cracker in the left. So if you've got a big table, it just goes all the way around like a huge train, and then you count down 3, 2, 1, and then you all pull at the same time.
Yeah.
And then you end up with a mess everywhere because, you know, everybody's crackers goes off. You end up knocking plates over, cups over, you know, glasses go over everywhere, you know. Or if you're really not careful, you end up pulling the cracker and you pull it so hard because the cracker will not actually pull properly, and then you end up punching the person next to you.
Oh my goodness.
Nothing like a Christmas fight, is there?
That's awful. Oops. Don't want to do that. Obviously it's by accident, but
Well, you're not supposed to. No, the idea is it's Christmas. You're not supposed to punch the person
Knock
next
them
to
out,
you.
yeah.
Not at all. But I have seen it happen where people have done the cross arms, because you've got to imagine they are cross-armed. So,
Yeah.
and then they go to pull, and if you're not careful, you're trying to pull two things at once. And, some of those crackers, let's say some are not very well put together. And some of them are extremely well put together, and then you end up tugging extra hard to be able to pull it, and the person next to you may or may not be looking, in which case, you just end up
Oops.
having to put some more force into it. You pull the cracker suddenly goes bang, your fist flies back, and before you know it, you punched Granny on the right hand side.
No!
And it's just not good.
Not Granny.
You shouldn't be punching
Poor
anybody.
grandmama.
But it's just not good,
Kiltered over, and then you see your bloomers. You don't want to see that. That is wrong. No. That's just so mean, Mr. Dell.
It's meant to be Christmas crackers, not Christmas knickers.
Well, hey. Ass over a tea kettle, what do you expect, right? It happened.
Well, just saying.
Just saying.
When everybody's had that glass of Christmas wine and everything else, or eggnog, as we just, put it. Things happen. Accidents, mostly. And that's if Mum or Dad hasn't already burnt the turkey that they're doing in the oven, Drank half the Christmas wine before everything hits the plates.
Oh, dear. So, what are some of your favorite dishes that you guys have for Christmas to eat? What do you guys do then?
You're asking British people about food.
Well,
This is not going to go well. You understand this is not going to go
I'm
well.
asking you, what is your preference?
Oh,
Or
okay.
maybe you might not have had it at your house, but maybe it's someone else's house that you like particularly or something, whatever.
I'll be honest with you, British, they can be inventive, but when it comes to Christmas, normally what you'll find is a large Sunday roast with all the trimmings. So,
All
you
right.
might find sort of like some honey glazed vegetables, maybe,
Okay.
Maybe they could push out the boat out a bit with, different kinds of stuffing, but you are talking about, roast potatoes, veggies. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
you don't really want to be asking British people about food. I already know the world's view on British food, okay? Don't even bring me out here, okay?
No, but okay, is there anything in particular that you like, for instance? So I know, well, I can't say for everybody, but I like doing a bunch of baking and making some stuff for like desserts. And if I can, I try and make a bunch that I can wrap up individually and then give out to families. I like making some gifts as well as buying some stuff. I enjoy all the nummy food that I eat. So, okay, I do a lot of cooking normally for Christmas. My goodness, I celebrate basically 3 Christmases, if that makes any sense. So Christmas Eve, it's different. So German and Dutch people, and my family heritage and background is Dutch on my dad's side. So I do the traditional Dutch thing, which is basically on the 24th, Christmas Eve, we do a whole bunch of different appetizer type stuff. And you just load up your plate on that. And it's the same for the desserts. There's like a table full of all these different nummy things to choose from. So you do that versus Canadian traditional like turkey dinner kind of thing. So that's more the 25th. 26th is just, it's all out. You eat everything leftovers. That's about it at our house and my family, the way we do it. And then January, I'm busy cooking because I'm celebrating my mom's heritage, which is Ukrainian, that side of things. Because Ukrainian Christmas and New Year's is in January, right? It's a little bit different. So Ukraine has changed things a little bit. So some people say, no, it's on the 25th of December as well. Not really. So where that's kind of has changed. So if your family grew up with like Orthodox church, it's in January, right? Which is traditional, especially way back when, for Ukraine and everything. And but if you're kind of more modern and you don't go with tradition, then they've kind of westernized that and gone with December 25th. And then the other political thing you'll hear too that has come up because of the history, well, way back when, and even now that's going on with Russia and Ukraine. So this is another thing why some of them are like, well, we don't want a part of that because the Orthodox Church it's different. It's Russian Orthodox, but still that was the same time in January as well. So that's where that all comes from. So, and some people are like, I just don't want to associate with that, especially right now. So they're like, no, we'll have it on December 25th. Just FYI. But because my family and the way that we do it, we still do it traditionally in January. So, but there's no right or wrong. I mean, whatever you prefer and how you grew up, that's fine. So. It's just preference, I think, when it comes down to it, really. Because this is the other thing, and the reason why, again, some Ukrainians celebrate it in January, so you have the Gregorian calendar, right? Versus the Roman calendar, right? So that also is part of it, too. Sure, lots of people are like, I just came here to watch crafting. I didn't know I'd learn this much on history and trivia. But it's fun, though. I think it's interesting because, like, again, how do people know how certain traditions came about unless you talk about stuff, right? So it's part of what makes you who you are. So, and that makes it kind of special. Almost done. Just need to do this last part. And hopefully I don't flub that up. I have my dad's nerves. I'm like, shake everywhere. I'm where I need to be. Like, really? I hope it snows around Christmas. That'd be nice. Because no offense, I don't know, it kind of sucks when it's green around Christmas and it's raining. It's like, it's not quite the same vibes. But
No, not quite.
More than likely, that's what is going to happen. Yeah, this Christmas. Unless there's a cold snap.
There must have been some magic in that old silk hat they found. For when they placed it on his head, he began to dance around. Frosty the snowman was alive as he could be, and the children say he could laugh and play just the same as you and me.
There you go, Frosty. Actually,
very appropriate.
One thing I haven't done for a long time, actually that would be fun to do, is ice skating. I miss doing that. And tobogganing, that's fun too. Just going down the hill with the toboggan and on the sled and just sliding down. That's so much fun. And the other one is I haven't gone skiing for a long time. And over here, there's a whole bunch of pretty places to go skiing. Most people know Whistler, but if you want to do skiing where it's a bit more scenic, I highly recommend Cyprus. It's beautiful. It's very, very nice. I used to go there in Whistler all the time, but if you're wanting more like kind of trickier slopes and moguls and all that stuff and everything, yeah, Whistler definitely. But if you want more scenic while you're kind of skiing, Cyprus for sure. Grouse is not bad too, but I don't know. I really like Cyprus. It's pretty. Dun, 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 dun. I think what I might do too, actually, I was thinking about this, Hal. I might actually just buy some hot chocolate or make some of my own. Just fill up my, I don't know if I'm going to drink 40 ounces of it, but I can fill up my container. Bring it with me, right? And then just drive and just look at some of these houses. It's amazing. Some of these people, how much they put into their decorating. And there are, I have to look it up, but there are sometimes maps of these locations of these particular houses because they collect donations from people as well. And that's why they do it that way. And so I was thinking, yeah, I should make a night of that and just drive around and everything and then just pull off to the side and just enjoy that and look at the lights and then go to the next one and that kind of thing. And I know a bunch of people have done that in the past as well, which is kind of cool. And if you can, the best way to do it is you get like a van or someone who has a car that can hold more than just a couple people. And a bunch of you go in and you just do
a sightseeing
that.
tour.
Yeah, it's really fun actually. Kind of cool. No, it's not creepy at all or stalkery. Yeah, it's perfectly normal. Yeah. No, but it's good fun. And then, so what some of these houses, these people do is they collect like for food bank, like donations that way. And, or charities that they're choosing, it'll say. And, yeah, no, it's really cool. I like it. It's a neat way to do that.
I think you're really only creepy and a stalker and out of order when you all get out of the coach, bus, or whatever it is all together and decide you want to see what their Christmas decorations are like on the inside.
Well,
And start staring through the windows and,
yeah,
and trying to invite yourself in. At that point, I think, a line has been crossed.
yeah, the mouth breathers come out, yeah, to play. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I could see that. Yeah, definitely. You know what? I'm being so dainty, nuts to this. I'm just going to draw circles and then I'm going to just put white dots in them. Why didn't I think of this before? It would have been way easier. Here I'm being all dainty. I'm like, oh, I'm going to go around in the lines. I'm like, nope. I'm going to stick true to my my coloring. I'm going to paint outside the lines. I don't care. And then I'm just going to make these little loop-de-loops. And then I'm going to go back with white paint and I'm just going to put a little white dot in the middle. That would have been way easier. Why didn't I? Chibs, why didn't you think about this earlier last time? Goof. Would have been way easier.
Yep. Definitely less time.
Well, you don't think about it until you come across it and you're like, oh, crud. Why didn't I just do this instead? Work smart, not hard, Chibs. go. It's only until you do enough of these, then you learn what works and what doesn't. You know what I mean? Like, why didn't I think of that? That's brilliant. Live and learn. There's actually some really cool concerts that are going on at certain churches as well. I've noticed that it's become kind of more and more a thing now. Or if you want, you can check that out around Christmas time when they do all the caroling and whatnot. Which is kind of neat.
We sometimes have like a Christmas float that goes around. It's got Santa on and a whole bunch of elves and that.
Yeah. Little parade kind of idea, I guess.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, kind of. It's normally a single float with a bunch of elves going through, normally playing Christmas music and everything.
Does Santa, is he on the float as well or no?
Yeah, they normally have someone dressed as Santa sat on a chair on the sleigh, and obviously the elves all around.
See, why didn't I do this? Way easier. I was stressing, trying to go stay within the lines and everything. I'm like, oh my goodness, taking forever. I have nerves of steel. Putting this on, I'm like, oh my goodness. If I knew that, crying out loud. Getting all stressed. No. Just wasn't worth the stress, Tal. Just wasn't. There. All done. Yay! Just need to let that dry. So this one I will have to wait till actually next time. So on Friday. What I'm going to do, actually, I'm going to have to get because, oh my goodness, these crystals, they're so tiny. But like Goth was saying, she's like, oh my goodness, talk about stressful. Because this is the applicator. It's this little pen and it has this nib. And you press down on it and then you press it on the thing and you hope that it'll stick, right? And I've never done this before. And it's quite the thing that you can do on larger projects. And so what I'm going to do, I think, is get a baking sheet. And then that way it has a bit of an edge around it. And then when I do these individually, if I happen to drop any of the little crystals or something, they're not all over the floor and making a mess or anything like that. And I'm not losing all of them in order to do the project. So, but even if I do lose some, I bought 2 of these. So if I run out of crystals, I have a backup plan just in case, which is good. But oh my goodness, I had so much fun. I finished painting that other one, and I really like how not only this one, but let me grab the other one. Both of these turned out. I'm so stoked how they look. They look super, super cute. Oops.
They do. They look very good.
Considering. And it's just a little extra detail that doesn't take too long to do, and it just makes them a little bit more interesting and fun to look at, right?
2 very nice, jolly little gnomes.
So now I'm going to hang those guys on my tree. And then that's done. So that's awesome. Okay. And I just noticed we're at that time. So, holy cow. I just want to thank everybody, though, who came by, were active in chat. So, Goth and Tal and any of you who are watching and lurking. I saw you guys pop in here and there. And I had lots of fun. I don't know about you, Tal, but I really enjoyed today's stream.
Indeed.
So, and for more crafting fun, we'll be joining and doing this again on Friday. So please feel free if you like to see the different crafts that are coming up. Those are 3 days a week, Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays. And tomorrow we're going to be streaming and playing more of Tiny Glade and continuing on with that because I want to finish that winter little village area that I was working on the other day, right? And then next week we're going to be playing a different game. Not sure which one. It'll either be South Park, and if Tal and I can figure out the mods and get them working and everything, we'll have something set up fun and special for you guys as well for 7 Days to Die with that Christmas mod in with it and stuff. But we got to test because, you know, if it doesn't work, there's no point, right? So
Absolutely. Well, if it doesn't work, we can't do it.
No. And we'll figure something else out for another game, which is totally fine.
We'll find a way.
We will. We'll work our way through it and whatnot. But if you want to know what's going on, the best way to do that, go to the actual About page, scroll down below, and I have posted each and every day what is going to be showcased on the stream. So for instance, under the actual page here, it says Santa's Workshop Wednesday Holiday Crafting. So tomorrow will be Tinsel Thursday, and we'll be playing more of Tiny Glade and whatnot. And then Festive Friday, we're going to be doing more crafting. And again, all streams are at 2 until 4 p.m. PST, Pacific Standard Time. So wherever you are, whatever you're doing, I hope you have a fantastic day, afternoon, and or evening. And I hope to see you again tomorrow. And until next time, on behalf of myself, Gamer Girl Chibine, aka Chibs, and Mr. Tal, we'll see you guys next time. Till then, later guys, bye!
Bye!